online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing after-shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Oh yeah! Here we are doing another recap for Shark Tank. It is episode 5, season 6. We got a full panel. We got a new face. We got a special guest. It's gonna be a great show, guys. I'm Stef Z. I'm your host, and my co-hosts tonight are
Phil Svitek, Cameron Lewis,
and Melina Alves.
And who is my special guest?
Dang Matt Smith in the house.
Dang!
Matt Smith. That's
We
right.
got Dang Matt Smith in the house. He's a YouTube amazing. You guys have to subscribe to him. You probably are, because he's got bazillion followers and subscribers. But he's here tonight. He's got a passion for Shark Tank, so he's gonna join the crew. And later on, we'll do a little bit more of an interview to learn about you. All right. We'll see.
in the spirit of Shark Tank, though.
Yeah, we want to see what the offer is going to be, if there's going to be a deal, or if we're just going to send you out.
I think there's gonna be a deal.
Oh, wow, okay.
We'll see.
Right.
I like the confidence. All right, guys, overall opinions. What do we think of this episode?
The Catty Girls. Catty Girls.
Jump right
Phil is
into
like,
it.
the Catty Girls is all I'm going to keep saying. The Catty Girls.
I'm with Phil on that one. Catty Girls.
Really?
Catty Girls.
This is a great business.
What?
Well, we can talk about it more.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
But I'm just going to say that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's just jump into it. First of all, we got Rachel and Steve with the jungle jumperoo. What'd you guys think of the jumperoo?
Let me ask this. We can go around the room.
Yes.
Does anyone even like a trampoline?
I like trampolines.
Back in the day, back flips, front flips all day,
Right.
but you know.
But yeah, I was like on one for 15 seconds and that's about
But
it.
they have those like indoor trampoline, like sky, whatever. You can like play
That's
basketball
cool.
on the
That
trampoline.
is
You
awesome.
can jump
That's
over
cool.
here to there. Like, I don't think the jungle jumperoo is gonna be in a big.
That's it. So,
No.
okay, you know what? As
No.
I'm realizing as you guys talk, the jungle jumperoo is like...
Not scalable.
That too. It's one of those. It's a direct response to the trampoline, because the trampoline can be so fun. This is
Yes.
like if you're too scared to actually get hurt and
Yeah.
do anything.
But this
What do you do with
But
this
it's
thing?
so funny because, and we'll get to it, it's so funny because that was the thing that Mark kept saying. He kept saying broken ankle, broken
Yeah,
ankle. So,
yeah, yeah.
And it's funny because he's a coach and athletes, and I get it, and they roll ankles all the time. But that's all he was thinking.
Yeah.
Dude, I have done so many crazy things on a trampoline, never gotten hurt because it's
Right.
bigger.
Right, that's
This
the thing.
little
This
thing,
is
it's like
seems...
you
Tiny.
can fall off
You
and you're
let go,
screwed.
and you're
and there's
screwed,
things to get your ankles caught in, like your whole leg is gonna
Or
be...
your head.
Or your head.
Seriously, put a little
Or your
chubby kid on
elbow.
there,
If your
you're
elbow
screwed.
gets caught in there, oh man, you're
That's
just
not
screwed.
so funny.
Speak only when spoken to.
Ooh.
Let's just.
Oh, she is
Dang, Matt Smith.
Oh,
Dang, Melina.
Oh,
We have
Oh.
Mrs. Wonderful on the panel today.
Oh, kidding.
Happy to be
I
here.
don't know what to do.
all right, real quick. We all know that I have a love for like the couples, the brothers, sisters. Like I love when they
Do
have
you?
a business. I
This
do.
is news to me.
Well, you've been gone.
Is this
I
what
do.
was discussed?
We established this.
Yes, me
alright.
and Cameron, Cam,
we
Chef,
got it. We go on
We
there.
had this talk. I do. I like it. I like when it's a family business. I think it's cool. You put everything into the work. You grow the business. It's got, you know.
Okay.
If you can do it, I think it's a good thing. My point is, Rachel and Steve, they're married. They are married. They are asking for $100,000 for 20% of Jungle Jumperoo. I don't think any of us were really impressed.
It wasn't worth that
It
much.
didn't
It's-
seem like a finished idea.
No.
No.
I would buy
seems
that
like
and
a-
put like my kid on it for punishment.
Oh!
50 jumps and then you are free. It just didn't. It seemed like a cage, like you're confined, and I don't know.
You know what though? With what
fun.
you're saying, I feel like it could be like an exercise thing. Because
That's
That's
true.
what we said,
If they
Matt.
if they marketed the jungle
Yes.
jumperoo as an exercise
For
regimen,
adults.
yeah, for adults, then
Yeah.
it would have done a lot
Yes.
better.
I
Definitely.
agree.
Yep.
What do you
I
guys
agree.
think about the name? Jungle Jumperoo.
Yeah,
It's Tarzan.
That's
It's
what I was
kind of
gonna
like
say.
Tarzan. I get where it's going. For me, what's interesting is that like I feel like after 6 seasons, the 100,000 for 20% is like the magic number that
It is.
just kind of
Yeah.
fits. Like
Right.
oh, I'm not too greedy, but I'm
Right.
getting good money.
Yeah.
Right, because a lot of people don't constitute their evaluation. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like they have no idea what would go into making that,
Right.
which we see here, and Mr.
Right.
Wonderful schools people later, which is
Love
kind of
him.
awesome.
Snap.
And with these guys, they don't have a really great margin. You know what I mean? Like they put in $144,000 in cash of their own, which is cool. They don't have any, loans or
Right.
creditors or other
Yeah,
investors.
they
that
no
own
longer
money.
have that money though either.
Right, but you know what? Like, you got to start somewhere. You
No,
know
I
what I
get
mean?
it.
Like, I understand that. They did, 1,200 units in 12 months, which to me is kind of, you don't really write home about that.
No.
I'll give them credit for doing the tours and all that. And,
Yes.
and
Right, the
trying.
road shows.
Yeah.
This just seems like a product, though. It's like hard, unless you're at one of these shows or something, it's hard to even see how it works. It's hard to see what you do on it.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what a lot of sharks were saying, and they've said this so many times, and it resonates with me more and more. Shelf space. Like,
Yeah,
how are
yeah.
you setting this thing up to demonstrate it? And
Right.
how are then you packaging it? Like, I couldn't believe the poles didn't come apart.
Yeah, me either.
I know.
I mean, because the other, like the inflatable part, I'm sure you can fold up.
Yeah.
And if you could break the poles down and have a little cool, like, jump, I don't know, I just think
Little
it can.
satchel.
Yeah, a little satchel.
Little satchel to take to the beach with you.
Satchel. Set it up on the beach. The beach would be cool. If it floated, it would be cool. Like a raft
Oh.
thing. Boom.
Market it
I'm
as
writing
a
that
boat.
down.
Market it as a
Right.
boat. You can hold on. That's what the poles are for, and they can just ride around the
Yeah.
ocean. And if you get wiped out by a wave, then
It's
Confession.
like, instead of wakeboarding,
deal.
jumperooing.
Jumperoo boarding.
That's
they
right. Because
do
it's
it.
safer. Because
Fall into the water.
well, it's right. It's called Shark Tank. It's safe against sharks because you're above the water.
Oh, Phil, you win. You win on
All
that.
right.
But it does. I don't know if you guys have ever seen. They do have trampolines on the water. It kind of does look like that, like a mini
It does.
Yeah.
But something that you could probably break your spine in.
True.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very true. So real quick, the sharks. No one had anything too spectacular. Did anything stick out
Nobody
for you guys?
cared.
No one cared.
No.
I did like hearing Lori's story though a little bit. I really like Lori and her hustle and how she went to JCPenney and
Yes.
started, and she was kind of like giving them the inspiration, like you're on the right track. In no way, shape, or form are you ready for investors. I'm definitely not giving you money, but like, go you. She has a nice way of doing that, like nice path.
Yeah. Randy did it. Or I call him Randy.
Randy.
We kept talking about this.
His
Why-
name is Robert.
I know, but he looks like a Randy to me. And I always call him Randy.
Robert?
Yes.
Even with the new
Randy?
fluffy hair.
I
I
love
know.
his new I want to run my fingers through. Okay,
Well,
anyway.
well,
Okay, so you're Randy.
That's why the nickname.
Oh,
There
Whoa.
you go. Randy, you
no,
can
I'm
call us live now.
Okay, so he said it too with the whole hustle, and there's the hustle time, and then there's the investor time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're still in the hustle.
Yeah.
I'm so flustered.
I know, you kind of are. It's kind of
She's
funny.
trying to get investor time.
But I did also like what Robert said, is that he is the ultimate big kid. Like, he really is. He loves all this kid stuff. And he was kind of like, yeah, it's kind of boring.
Yeah, it's like usually when Robert sees something he likes, his face just lights up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's Christmas morning, and he's just like, yes. And he's usually the first one to jump up and want to try something. So
yeah.
Unlike my dad on the show, Damon John.
Yes.
My dad, he's not really loud.
And
Pop
that's how
quiz.
he's connected to
Do you remember the episode where
lying.
where he wasn't asked to try it out and he was really hurt by it? He was
was
like, "You don't
upset.
want me to try it out?"
Oh, if Damon, you know what? I don't remember that episode. Like, what else? What other products were in it? I'm trying to think.
He's like, that's all I
Because
remember.
there's so many episodes that.
No, I got it.
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't really know the answer. I just remember his feeling of
I
like, "You
remember
don't want me to
having
try it?"
Yeah. And it wasn't, Sometimes they bring up Mr. Wonderful and Barbara for like kiss sticks and
Yeah.
whatever.
Well,
we were talking.
The wedding wagon.
We were talking about that earlier. They're always, they're always kissing each other, for like the. Well, okay.
Just
Well,
like that.
I mean, just like that.
Oh my, we got a firecracker on the panel. Who said it was a good idea to bring her? Oh,
Look
wait.
out.
Oh wait, I did. That was
you.
me. All right, cool. Anything else that stuck out around the jungle jumperoo before we move on?
They were genuinely bummed that they didn't get the deal, and I kind of felt bad for that, but
I noticed that they said in the pitch that it's a 4-hour playtime toy.
Punishment.
Do
No
you
kid plays
see
for
that
4
happening?
hours.
They said a
gotta pee.
trampoline. They said trampoline's a half hour. This is a 4-hour. I don't buy that for a
don't.
second. 4 hours on that thing?
If you're on that thing for 4 hours, that thing's like gonna pop or something.
Yeah. There's no way.
if you're on there for more than 4 hours, go see a doctor.
Yes.
Is that your
That
medical
should be
opinion?
in the instructions. If your child
Dr.
uses
Phil.
for more than 4 hours, please contact. All right, well, you know what? I'm just going to do it. I'm going to let you introduce this, Phil. This is the one you loved. You're still red from it. What was the next thing up?
Okay, if Stef Z, and I don't know your feelings about Hulk's moving junk or whatever it's called, right? Remember?
Hulk's moving
Oh, the,
junk. If
the
Hulk
moving
Hogan
company?
shows up to move my
No,
stuff,
no.
happy.
No, but you remember like the college guys?
Yeah.
moving-
Two guys in a truck or something?
Something like that. It was the
Yeah.
young guys. I forget what it was.
You know, and that was a great booming business.
Right.
This is to me a wonderful business, and it's wonderful because of a couple of things. No, they're not prostitutes. Number one. Number two, they're
I
actually
would bet my
knowledgeable.
life that at least one of those girls has slept with the player that
I
they have
bet it
caddied
too.
for.
You know what?
100%.
On or off the
100%.
course?
We don't. That's not part of the deal for the caddy girls. That's a separate
That's just-
negotiation that takes place later
we
on.
can't prove that. So
Yeah, right.
Whatever feelings may develop on the course.
Stay on the course. What happens?
Stay on the course.
No. I
The
get it.
fact that they are actually knowledgeable, that to me is great.
Her name is escaping me. Megan
Megan.
was amazing. I will give her that. Smart businesswoman. I get the idea. She knew golf. I'll give her that too. I think she's thinking on a larger scale than it will actually be, because I think that just by nature people will think it's a joke or not take it seriously. I'm not saying that this is my feelings. I'm just saying in
Right.
the world we live in that this will not be
Could you imagine how many
$10
guys-
million business.
Can you imagine how many guys would watch golf on TV if every person had a caddy girl? I'm with Mark. I hate golf. I swear to God, I hate it.
I'm
Dang,
with you.
Matt Smith.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
See, I wish.
But do you want to go golfing tomorrow? With
I
the,
mean, yeah, with the caddy girls, I think we
give me
might
4
have to.
of them. I will buy 4 caddy girls.
But you know what the problem is?
Yes.
If they actually signed up to work for you, they would be not being genuine to their business plan. See what I'm saying? Like, if
What does
they-
that mean?
Because
Right.
they actually want to go. They actually want to caddy with people that know golf. They want to use their. They want to tell you what club to use. They want to use their knowledge in golfing. So that
So
would.
teach me.
I think the
Hold my
girls.
hand.
The girls.
Teach me.
The girls don't care. I don't think the girls care if you know how to play golf or whatever. They just want to make their $149 per session per 18 holes.
I don't. I'm not saying that you have to be a pro golfer to get these girls, but I'm saying if a bunch of guys that could care less about golf are like, "Yo, let's just pay to have these girls
It's
carry
a
around
lot
our stuff
different.
and hang
Yeah.
out,"
Yeah.
I don't think that's what their business is designed to do. Like,
Yeah.
Why can't we have a bachelor party? That's like golf. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then they should cater to that, but that's not what they were selling
Right.
at all. Even though I think
Right.
that's ultimately that's what's
But
going
I
to
think
happen.
they may not be selling it, but ultimately that's what people want to buy.
Which to me is very sad,
It is very
is.
sad.
and that's why I would.
Just to
Well,
objectify
I think that
women,
they've-
I don't know. I didn't
I'm
like
same
it.
with you.
I
I
don't like
think
it.
that they've proven somewhat of a business model without doing that, it seems like. I mean, they didn't bring that aspect of the business up per se, so it's possible that they already do that, but I think that it is
But
more
for
on the
me,
track
what's
of
sad
professional.
for me is the fact that this Megan, who's smart, she's caddied before, thought that she had to add the
Yes.
selling point of attractive women
That's
for
true.
her to make a business work and make money. To
Right.
me, that's where you draw the line. If she had caddy fun or a caddy fabulous or whatever, and there was 70% women but a couple guys, or
Right.
this, if she just had her own branding of caddies, they were knowledgeable, they were fun, they did that's the other thing, it's a completely different story.
Right.
But the people that in my book, people that need to add that element of attractiveness, sex sells, I get it. But people that need to add that or have that be the big selling point to establish their business to be different from others, they're all going to get old.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, let's don't last forever.
Wow.
Still, but you know what I'm really...
Oh.
Wow.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, that's
We
my
just
point.
went back like 40 years. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Only 40?
Yeah, more than anyway, Megan won $100,000 for 20% of her company. Again, the magic numbers. They've done, last year they did $148,000 worth of sales. Last month they did $34,000. So she's got a business going here. But again, I just don't ever see this business. And it's so funny. One of my friends works for the PGA, and I wish that it wasn't 3 hours difference, because I actually would have called him to have his opinion on this. And I'm going to call him tomorrow, so I'll let you guys know. But I just don't see this being. I feel like golf is such a reserved sport as well that I don't see this being something where you turn on, the Ryder's Cup and all the caddies would be women.
Remember Happy Gilmore?
Case and point.
Yes.
Or point and case. However that goes. Thank you for driving that one in. And again, right away, Mark doesn't like golf. He's out. And this is like last week, I think there was a golf thing for Mark, or 2 weeks ago. There was a golf.
Like episode 1.
Yeah, there was definitely this season there was another golf
putter.
thing. The putter, yes, where Mark was just like, no, I'm out. I don't like golf. Which is kind of funny, because there's a lot of things I don't like, but if I was like, wow, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
Right, especially for his sports background.
Right. So I feel like a big fat no from him was kind of telling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
And Lori was the first one to say no, and she's a woman. And I think it just goes to show, because she didn't even need to speak. The moment the girls walked out, I was like, I was with you.
Yeah.
Just like, this is ridiculous. And just like how Mr. Wonderful thought it was going to be not such a good presentation, I was expecting that as well. But it was a good presentation.
It was a really good presentation.
She was great.
She's great, and she's smart.
Right.
Like I said, I just feel like a little bit sad that we still live in a world where she thinks that she has to have attractive people to make her smart idea and business work.
It's just businesses like that where Barbara would have come in handy if she was on the show for that episode.
She would have ripped them apart.
Yeah, she would have ripped them apart, and she would
she
have let them have it. Lori's a little nicer.
She's
She's
nice.
like, it's not for me. I don't know if you should be, really kind of pimping yourself out on the golf course, but I'm out. But,
Yeah. She did say it very nicely. And the girl actually rebutted it. She's like, there's stuff that happens in every kind of business, but still, I don't know. It's like you're a little bit asking for it. Anything that stood out to you guys about this? You know what stood out for me? Robert, your lover, Randy.
Randy.
He was just like,
Alter
you guys
ego.
need more hustle.
Yes.
He was kind of a little bit negative to them.
Yeah,
liked it.
I didn't really
He's a good
get
man.
that, though.
I agree. I
You
thought
know-
she was kind of hustling. Like, I feel like she's really smart and she's trying to do something and she's passionate about it.
And she
She's
totally
going
knew
for it.
her crap,
She did.
too,
She knew it.
man.
I don't think it's the matter. I think she just needs to. What he's saying is she needs to hustle a couple more years,
Right.
or at least just one more year or whatever, X amount of time.
Right.
Like she's not at the point where we're there yet.
I understand.
It's like the hustle stage and then the investment stage.
Right.
So, she's not at the investment stage quite yet, but a few more golf tournaments, she might get there.
Few more.
Maybe,
more.
maybe we should all go golfing.
Let's go golfing. Or-
That's what I've been trying to say.
Anything else that we want to talk
Mr.
about?
Wonderful's deal. 100,000 for
50%.
50%.
But they didn't.
I don't think that was even like a deal. I think he was just, honestly, that was kind of a slap in the face. And if the girls would have said yes, I would have thrown my hands up and been like, you guys are idiots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
You
did,
deserve
and
that.
She did decline the offer.
Yeah.
And what stood out for me, actually, that I forgot? When she was walking out, said, she's like, I'm not giving half. That's like a divorce.
Yeah.
And I was like, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, she actually considered 40%, didn't she?
Yeah, she did.
She
did.
countered
She
at that,
countered
but
at 40. See,
That's a good.
But,
You know what?
40 is still a lot. So.
Would you guys have taken that deal at 50%?
No. I don't know. Maybe I would have if I was them, but I feel like we'll see later that I don't feel like this is a business that's going to be a $10 million business. I do understand, though, that 40% of $1 million is a lot more than 80% of nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm
Correct.
saying?
Right.
So I understand the mentality of if she saw that Mr. Wonderful could, you know, exponentially increase her sales,
Right.
then sure, it's a smart thing to do. But I don't think anyone was saying that that opportunity was there, period.
Yeah.
So if I was in that situation, I would hope that I wouldn't, because I would be giving away half of my business and not. It would take me a very long time to actually see
To
that
recoup
return.
that,
Yeah, because for $100,000, like, what's she really gonna do to make her business, you know, more money?
Right. That's why I think kind of it was okay for her to turn it down. I mean,
Yeah.
this seems like something, like you said, not a $10 million business. Maybe you can make a comfortable living on it, though. And it
Right.
seems like something she'll build naturally, or maybe not, and it'll just kind of stay where it's at now.
Yeah.
I feel like if she were to drive it more as like a novelty thing instead of such a
Instead
you
of
were
so
saying that earlier,
professional.
just such a professional caddy service, then I think maybe she would have even gotten an offer, because I would have been on that bandwagon a little bit more. It's like, okay, she's selling it as a novelty. We're expecting hot chicks. We're expecting this, like you said, Phil, at bachelor parties.
But no, I 100% agree
Yeah.
with you. Like, if she wasn't, it's almost
Yeah.
like she was trying to prove a point that
Right.
women can be smart in golf, but at the same time saying, but we have to be pretty in
Yes.
order to do that.
Right.
So
Right.
that in that conflict about her
Right.
own business
Yeah.
was what stopped me. But if she was like, I mean, I hate to say this, but this has just been going like this in my head the whole time. There's this, I don't know if you guys ever drive down to Burbank, there's this van that's always there.
Yes.
It says
Topless Maids.
Yes.
Always. And like, to me,
$99.
Yep.
Cheap
I
van.
didn't,
He knows the
I didn't
price.
look that much into it.
He knows the price.
But I know
what?
the van.
Drive by it all the
Yeah.
time.
I know the van, and,
Drive by
and
it.
not that they should be topless. Like, I'm not saying that at all. But if the business was that they're super smart and attractive, and they can actually teach you golf or something like
Right.
how you were saying, I feel like more people would spend money
Yeah.
rather than trying to get it to such elite and also, you know.
Phil's like, I told you guys, man. He's like,
I said it
you
all.
guys,
I
I
said
said
it.
But do you think more people in general would watch golf if they had caddy girls
I
on
don't
the course?
think that
Like,
that would be as
No,
much
people
of a
didn't
thing
watch
as you
lingerie
think.
football.
No,
Come on.
yeah.
that
That was the
that-
biggest.
flop.
Yeah, it was a very disgraceful event that happened with lingerie football. Anyway, anything else? Anything else before we move on? Nope.
Nah.
Dang, let's move on. All right, next, again, we've got Josh and Diana, another married couple with the Red Dress Boutique. What you guys think? This thing floored me. I had no
Yeah.
idea.
$8 million. $8 million
In
the
gross
ye-
last year.
in the year.
Yeah.
I mean, geez, that was more than all the other businesses like combined almost. So I mean, somebody should have, I mean, jumped on it earlier.
When I heard their what they were asking for, I was like, "This better be good."
I was kind of like, they're out of their
600,000 for
mind.
5%.
Yeah.
When I first heard it, I'm like, dude, they're out of their mind.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, okay.
Never
I
mind.
get it.
For me, it took a long time to actually understand what the business was in the pitch, because they had the display up and all that, and they were talking about it. But then I kind of slowly figured it out once they did the packaging with all the sharks, and I kind of liked that. The packaging looking like a gift, you know?
Yeah,
Right.
I think
I'm
that's
with you
kind
on
of a
that one.
nice personal touch,
Yeah.
which is a theme we kind of saw through this whole pitch, it being personal,
Right.
yet very successful.
Well, yeah, I think, too, she definitely told us, like, what you're saying is exactly true. She would take pictures, she'd go to shows, she'd ask her audience. It's a very word
Right.
of mouth.
Smart.
And that's the way you get loyalty. And that's the way people trust you to spend money, then trust you to say, yes, with that dress, you want those earrings and those shoes and that underwear and this umbrella and whatever. You know what I mean? So I feel like you're 100% right in that. It is a very, she's like sculpted the whole business. She knows exactly what she's doing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
She's very involved. She's very love it.
And what I also love is, I love success stories like this. It's like, the two of them were married at like 24.
Yeah.
They quit their cubicle jobs.
Love that.
They like sold their house to get money to start. Then they were living on an air mattress in their buddy's house. It's like they were like all in.
Yeah.
And you have to sometimes be able to go all in and take that risk.
Yeah.
And then the story of her father, this is now
Right.
she's going to continue this for the
Right.
father.
Yeah, which is really great. I'm sure we've all in our own ways experienced loss, and I feel like some people get very stuck in that rather than, and once you can transform that into fuel like she's said she did, I feel like that's super powerful.
Yeah.
So, deep
Congrats.
thoughts. at
Yeah.
Shark Tank. Dang. Okay. So, but yeah, so they did $8 million in gross last year. This year they were on track to do $12 to $15 million.
$1 million a month.
$1 million a month.
I can't even.
I'll take it. Candy Girls is never doing $1 million a month.
I know. That's a lot of jungle jumperoos. That's a lot of.
Yeah.
I can only think of the Wolf of Wall Street quote of like, which really pisses me off because that's 3 million shy of a million a week.
Yeah.
But we're not at that level yet.
No.
That's really true. And also, which I thought was really interesting, a lot of times we see these companies that are making millions of dollars, but they come on Shark Tank because they've plateaued.
Right.
And so when they started asking, though, what'd you do in 2010? And the years, as you can see, they almost doubled their business each time. From 2011 to 2012, they took a jump from $250,000 worth of sales to $1.8 million. So
and
it's
then
like,
from 1.8 to 7.5.
right.
Yeah.
So it's like exponentially getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So that's freaking awesome.
Yeah, and
I
then,
really like these people.
I like them too. But like a lot of even the success stories of people who didn't get deals, just because they're on the show, their business, goes up just because everybody saw their product and they're calling in, and, they want to buy more.
Well, that's a good point because on Friday when I watched the show, I went to their website. I don't know if you guys tried, but it was
crashed.
Yeah. Could not, and I wanted to see that blue dress because I'm like, oh, I would order that. It's kind of cute. No, couldn't access. I haven't tried since. So
We've had that problem.
I'm gonna if you are going to air on Shark Tank, just take precaution.
Right.
Like that's the day, the week after you are on Shark Tank should just be all about your website.
Yeah, I agree.
No, I definitely agree.
So I couldn't buy a dress.
Try again.
But that's the great thing too, is that it's an inexpensive site.
Yeah.
It looks like it's quality clothes because nowadays the price of clothes is ridiculous. And I know.
It's so
And
I
that's
sold
why
the $80 t-shirts. I know it. And I left my way to the bank.
Thank you.
But no, I get it. Like, most 80. I think they said 80% of the stuff sells for under $50 or something.
Yeah.
And it looked like really nice, good quality stuff.
Yeah.
And again, that personal touch of like, which I think they do on a lot of websites. Like,
They
if you
do.
bought
That's a
you
powerful.
should
Or
get
that's
this.
a popular thing right now. Like the Birchbox or
Yep.
the monthly things that get sent out. They have that kind
Dollar
of personal
Shave
touch.
Club for guys.
Dollar Shave Club. They have Thai Club.
I have that.
my pitch.
You have Dollar Shave Club?
I do because
I think they do it for girls too.
the
huh?
buttercream, the shaved buttercream is phenomenal, and then the razors are really good.
I mean,
Hey, that's cool.
I got the shave club for whenever
Can
I
you use
start.
it on your legs?
Yeah, for whenever I start growing hair on my face.
Soon.
You'll get
Soon,
there, honey.
you'll get there.
You'll get there.
Just keep chugging along.
I think I saw one the other day. I was
Keep
popped out.
chugging along. It's starting to get a little bit of a shit.
Yeah, a little bit.
You know, I have to give the wife a lot of credit because some of the answers you could see with other people that could have been presenting could have been taken the wrong way. Remember when an offer was made by Robert, she was like, let's hear some other offers.
Yes.
And then she has that line about like, well, 2 sharks are better than 1.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you can see people have done that in the past and it's
Yeah.
like, I'm out.
Yep.
Right.
But
Yeah.
she made it work.
It's like the whole time her face was just like, it was worried like the whole time. And,
Yeah.
she was really, you could tell she really wanted to make a deal. And
She was kind of awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
And I feel like she's a lot of, and maybe I'm wrong, so I don't want to say this with, knowing.
conviction.
With conviction, that's the word I was looking for. I feel like she runs the show a lot. I feel like he's the support, maybe he's the back end, maybe he organizes money, but I feel like it's her passion and her dream.
oh yeah.
Yeah, like I feel like she is the one out there. They have millions of Facebook followers. They have like 175,000 Instagram followers with
Yeah.
their pictures. Like they are just grinding out there.
Yeah.
And I check their social media accounts, and they interact with customers
Oh, nice.
constantly.
That's rare.
So that has to that
They've got to have a
definitely.
team. They can't
Yeah.
just be her.
Yeah, no.
her sending out all these tweets and, responding to people.
She's got like calluses on her thumbs.
I don't think so.
And it was really interesting too because we had some of the sharks went out because they were just like, you've got this figured out, and this back end stuff is something that I can't help you in.
Right.
So
I wonder if they'd expand to like, instead of just, dresses and, clothes for women, if they'd start doing like suits and, cheaper suits and cheaper shirts and bow ties and ties and stuff like that. If
That's where the husband's got to get involved.
that's
so
when he
there
says,
you
honey.
well, I think too, a lot of women and I could be wrong, but I feel like there's more of a demographic of women that shop like that than men.
Yeah, and they would need
But
somebody.
the women could buy for the men.
Of course.
That's true.
They should have something, even little accessories gotta be easy, like bow ties. Big fan of bow ties.
On the business end, though, they would need somebody like her who would go to these places like she does the 3 cities. She does L.A., Vegas, and Atlanta, and kind of picks these things out. They would need that person for men's apparel and stuff, too. So,
which I think wouldn't be too hard to find.
No. But, like, who was it that said that they went out because she couldn't be cloned? Who was that? Was that Mr.
Wonderful?
Yeah.
And she said, but I'm already starting the process.
Already starting the process.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Which I think any entrepreneur and business person can kind of clone themselves.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, not exact, but I feel like you can tell somebody exactly.
Here's what I learned. I mean, ultimately, even without Steve Jobs, Apple still is continuing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It is.
Yep. It's not maybe as great.
But the phone's Ben now. I'm just kidding.
I saw that Ben test on YouTube. I saw that. Oh, yeah.
Don't put that in your skinny jeans.
I mean, he just like bent the phone just with his thumbs and fingers. So.
Yep. You didn't see it?
Yeah, this is crazy.
Man.
Yeah.
And then so Robert comes in and he's like, "This is pretty much this is where I'm strong. I'm gonna make you an offer." And he offered $600,000 for 15%.
Yes.
And you know, Mark kind of was like asking some questions.
Yep.
But the thing that I really liked about this one is that once Robert gave his offer, they declined it, and then he said, "I'm staying there."
Yeah.
Pretty much, which I've never seen.
Instead of saying I'm out.
Yeah, he's like, I'm staying there, and they didn't counter offer. Like, I don't feel like it's ever played out exactly that way. Like, they knew they were going to get other offers.
Right.
Yeah.
And then Mark is just like, you know, you have to automate this, you have to scale it so that it can go public. And Mark was like, I'll do $600,000 for 10%. That's what they offered him.
Which I think that was crazy. We saw that twice tonight. First in this pitch where Mark said, "Well, tell me what could you do? What could you do for $600,000?"
Yeah.
That's crazy. You don't see that happen very often at the tank.
No, you don't. And it was,
That's what I'm saying.
again, this was a very, like Phil was saying, a very respectable, like it wasn't like your valuation is wrong.
Right.
He was like,
Right.
just offer me something a little bit better because I
Right.
can't really get there, you know?
Yeah.
And then Robert chimed in, and I didn't expect this at all.
No.
He was just like, how about 1.2 million for 20%? So he actually did leave where he was saying, no, I'm staying here.
Yeah.
And to get Mark and Robert. And they get a deal with that, which I thought was awesome.
Mark and Randy. All day.
Love my
Mark and
Randy.
Randy.
All day.
But I feel like this is a company that is going to be a $100 million company.
Yeah,
agree.
100% agree.
Hands
Yeah.
down.
100% agree. This is the second largest deal in Shark Tank history.
Oh. Does anybody remember the first largest deal?
In our
We
update, we
watched
found
it.
Yeah,
out.
in the update we do. Which we'll do right after.
Yes.
And she was really sweet after she got all choked up. And when she said they're angel investors and angel investors give us our wings.
Yeah.
I totally, like a tear. I teared.
I don't know if that's the exact definition of an angel investor,
But it's kind of awesome.
Yes.
After the show aired, she went on the Twitter account for Red
the
Dress
Twitter.
Boutique and tweeted all of the sharks like a personal message of why she was so grateful. And all of them responded.
Oh.
Wow.
The
More
sharks do respond.
rare.
Lori's
Okay.
responded to even me.
What? I love Thor.
What the hell? How about Randy?
Lori is like her
I'll be tweeting him all night. Randy, why would you respond to me?
Lori's your mentor?
I mean, I don't know that I would ever have the same business path, but I think she's badass.
Yeah, she is.
Totally.
Okay, anything else before we move on to the Sun Stashes? What you guys think about these guys? Dan, Dave, and Eric.
E.
They came in with a lot of energy.
Yep, they did.
That is
They had
a
energy.
place to start.
It was funny because everybody was like, "Oh, this is a nice, fun product, little niche thing," and then they're like, "Oh, sales $5.7 million." Oh, you know, as soon as they said the
Yeah.
$5.7 million, then
Everybody was going. I believe Damon said, "Oh God," whenever they walked in,
Yeah,
and kind of
he
looking
did.
down, and
Yeah,
they said
he was like,
5.7.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what happened.
Great.
I
Which
mean,
is a great point. Money speaks.
It does.
It does.
Mr. Wonderful.
Money
All
talks.
about the
Money
money.
talks.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good
Dang,
You saw it
Matt
in their
Smith.
eyes. Remember?
Dang, Matt Smith.
I mentioned it to you while we were
Right.
watching because all of a sudden, like you said, Damon is looking down. Nobody's interested. And as soon as the money came up, their eyes.
Oh, yeah.
It was like vampires smelling blood
So
for the
good.
first time. It was kind of
It
creepy.
was. I think they all
like,
thought that they were a joke when they came
Yeah.
in.
Yeah,
I did.
I think, especially with their with what they were asking and things like that. But I think it's just a greater lesson. And you got to know whatever you're pitching, figure out what the person is most interested in, and then go for that. Well, it could be money, but it could sometimes be something else.
Right. No,
Yeah.
I
You know,
agree.
it could be stroking their ego, it could be whatever else, and just go for that.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, if you can get that like head up thing,
Yeah.
You know,
You
that's
got
a
it.
really,
You're
that's a
winning.
You have their
really-
attention.
That's a
at that
really
point.
interesting statistic that I would love to know. I would love to know how many people came into the tank, got a deal, only the people that got a deal, and if that was the shark they wanted when they came in. Because I feel like everyone's got a shark they want.
Yes, they
Yeah,
do.
see if they
I
did like
agree.
interviews before they actually went into the tank, and then they said like, "Oh, hey, I really want to deal with Damon," and then afterwards,
Right.
you
That
know,
would make it a little bit more like personable or
Right.
whatever it is. Yeah.
yeah.
I would really like that. Hey guys, you can do it.
Do it.
I just need a perpetuity. No, I'm just kidding. So they come out, and these things, these sunglasses, they're cool. I get it.
Yeah.
You wear them New Year's Eve,
Right.
you wear them 4th of July. They're sunglasses, and they have like a hanging face.
Yeah.
A hanging stash.
hanging
that's
Yeah,
like,
sunset. You know where I thought this was going? And
Uh-oh.
you can all just make fun of me. I thought when they said sun stashes, I thought they were gonna play on that it was blocking the sun from your face, and it was like a.
Oh my god.
You know, like I thought that they were gonna try and play that angle, and I'm like, they gotta be.
Yeah, I'm
that'd
so
be a
glad
stretch.
that they did
That'd be a-
not.
that'd be a
I know,
stretch.
super stretch, but they didn't, so I was happy about that. Last year they did $5.7 million.
Yep.
Crazy, and they pretty much they sell like Party City, Toys R Us. I've never seen any of these. Have you guys ever seen this?
no, I
Phil,
don't.
you know you
I-
have some.
I don't go to these things.
You do.
Phil-
You got some at home.
Phil's-
Which ones you got?
I saw them at Toys R Us actually.
Did you?
No.
Yesterday?
Yes.
Oh no.
Phil would wear them on the golf course with the caddy girls.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes, he
You
was.
have
yeah,
the
you
ones that
were.
have like the mustache and like a cigar coming out of
Oh,
them.
absolutely. And she'd be like, "Why do I have to wear this?" I'd be like, "Because it's my rules."
Oh, you make her wear
Oh
it.
wow.
Oh,
Wow.
Oh.
See,
that
His
kind,
and
that kind of
hers.
thing. Oh,
you
Okay.
get paid $20 extra to wear this. Anyway,
I just like someone that can laugh at my jokes. See, that's all I'm looking for.
aw,
Such a simple
any
man.
takers? Such a gentleman, Phil.
There you go.
We'll pimp him
That's
out
my
later.
equity.
Yeah. He is a good egg. Okay, so, but I think, you know what I really liked about this? I was expecting these to be more money than they were. I was expecting like that they thought they were going to get like $20 or something like this. Because you see the glasses in sunglasses in like a gas station or something. They're like $10,
$10,
$19, you know? And the fact that these were $7.99 to $12.99, I was like, they had a really good price point. And the fact that they were making them for 75 cents to $1.50. They did their research.
That's a good little margin there.
Yeah.
just like a little margin.
Well, but in the same sense, I'm sure that margin is because they're doing $5.7 million in sales and they have to order a lot.
Probably.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure it didn't start that way in the beginning, but it also, it makes it more valuable now to come in with that.
If,
They've figured that out already.
If Jungle Jumperoos could make their thing for 75 cents, I think they have a business.
I
That's all I'm
you
saying.
just-
I really don't.
That's all
Okay.
I'm saying.
Nobody was.
Someone should buy smiley face sun stashes, so that way they look happy when they're on the jungle jumperoo.
When they're really crying.
You're saying they're
And
not
they have
happy?
like kangaroos coming out right here.
Yeah.
You're saying they're not happy when they're jumping on the jungle jingle?
No
for the
way.
first minute.
No? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You know, what was interesting with this one, though, is they talked about licensing deals.
Yeah.
And that was part of the problem. And it was funny because Damon was saying how, wait, so you don't have the money to do the licensing deal, so you want us to give you that money in order to do the licensing deal, but since we're the ones that are giving you that money, we have to pay more for it. Like, they kind of talked themselves into a corner with that.
Yeah.
I felt like the sharks, and I don't know if you guys thought this, almost like, sharks melt blood type of thing, where Damon kind of cracked them right there, and then all of them kind of attacked them and got the deal, like he walked, away with the deal that was better for the investor versus better for
You
the
cannot-
entrepreneur.
When you only make when you make 5.7 million in sales and your valuation is $6 million doesn't quite fit.
Right.
You know?
I understand that, but they were also using their projected sales into their evaluation.
And
which
you
they
understand that
shouldn't.
never works.
Yes.
That never works
right,
in the
'cause
Shark
that's
Tank.
a fantasy.
Also,
right?
they were saying that the 5.7 half was Sunstash's,
right.
half was regular glasses.
Right, the
So there's
2.8,
also that
yep.
factor too, because it's what business are you buying into? Are you buying in the whole business or just that half
And that
of the
wasn't
business?
addressed.
It
No,
wasn't.
it wasn't.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. And I felt like they were buying into the whole business. That's what I got out of it, but I don't know.
Yeah, I
'Cause it
wouldn't want to
wasn't
buy into
addressed.
that half. No. If I was I'm
No.
getting the whole business or nothing.
Yeah, and right away, I mean, Mr. Wonderful was like, "This, your business isn't worth $6 million; it's worth $2.5 million. So get over yourselves." Pretty much is what he said.
That
And
is what
he said that's being generous.
That's right.
I was
Yeah.
just like, geez, But at the end of the day, all roads lead to Mr. Wonderful.
They
and,
do.
Yeah,
He's so great.
yeah, I know.
But they're not worth $6 million.
No.
When you make, I know Mr. Wonderful had his lesson, but when you make less than your valuation, you cannot possibly be worth that valuation.
Preach. Yes.
You
I
have to be
agree,
equal to
but
or less than.
Most of the companies base their value on projections.
Yeah.
Yes.
On this show, I'm not saying that's the appropriate or correct way to do it.
I project my future child is worth $10 billion today. Let's
Come on, Phil. That's just ridiculous.
Dang, that's ridiculous. I'm with Matt Smith on this one.
Okay, fine, $5 billion.
It depends on who it's with. No, I'm kidding.
Only the best.
But I saw this. I could see this product being licensed. Like, I get what they were trying to do, and that sometimes costs money. And there's all kinds of stuff that I had a licensing deal with Warner Brothers, so I get that there's a lot of hoops to jump through with that kind of thing. But again, it was like, why? Like, they're doing millions of dollars worth of sales. Why that was what they wanted the money for seemed a little weird to me. Like, there's other things that they could be building within their own brand.
Yeah.
So, you know, and everything was just, you know, Lori was pretty much like, everything here is right in this pitch. I just can't get excited about it. And I'm kind of with Lori. It's like I am and I'm not. It's like I get that you have to be excited about it unless it's something so crazy that is a moneymaker.
Yeah.
Right.
She kind of pulled a Mark. Where kind of like how he
don't
does
like
with the
golf.
golf. Yeah.
don't like golf.
I'm not feeling this, so I'm out.
Well, but in the same sense, like, could you see that product on QVC? People would laugh.
Yeah. That's what I said to him. I was like, could that be on QVC?
I mean, it could. You get like the drunk frat
Yeah.
boys ordering them.
I want that one.
How many drunk
Watch QVC.
I'm sure the
At
demo
2
is
a.m.
Oh
high.
my god. I want to see those numbers.
Okay, I get the point, but I'm sure. Have you never gotten home and had a couple of drinks? Not
And
that I'm a
watched-
frat and watched QVC.
Nope.
Dang, Matt.
I have not watched
You're
QVC.
doing it tonight.
I don't-
tuned it.
Okay, I'll do it tonight.
It used to be Home Shopping Network.
Yes,
Food
that's
Network
right.
was my
Oh.
QVC. I don't think so.
QVC. Yeah.
You know what
Maybe
I
like
mean.
Jeopardy or something.
It's gonna be that like pulse purchase or
Yeah.
whatever they call it.
Right.
Okay, so let's really think about this. How many are gonna go home drunk, turn on TV, put on QVC, and I know like we got millions
All of them.
already. We got millions already. But the fact that they're drunk, they already spent their money, so now they have to call and purchase something. We don't have no
That's
money
too much
anymore.
work.
I don't know, man. I think people late at night think this might be a good idea, and it would sell.
Yep. You're easily persuaded at night when you're tired. And
You're like,
I
Wow,
think
I
one
really
friend
want
in this
those.
equation is gonna wake up with a bill for like $10,000.
Yes.
Why was
I know
that a good
people that
idea?
have booked vacations, like multiple
Oh, yeah.
vacations.
No, yeah,
and,
that's true.
Like cruises and stuff, and it's just like, what are you thinking?
Yeah.
Jeez, what were they drinking?
right?
This is an
I'll have what
underserved
they're
market.
Yeah. And they ordered a bunch of caddy girls too, or whatever they were called.
Too soon.
Yeah, Robert was pretty much like, you know, you love your future. It's not the Matrix. I'm out.
Yeah.
Metrics, not Matrix.
It's also not the
late here,
Matrix.
guys.
We all love the Matrix.
Also
Yeah.
not the Matrix.
Yeah, or that. So he was out. And you know, Mark says he would. They gave Mark the offer of $300,000 for 10%. Mark says he's out. So you know, the only one left was Damon. What do you guys think about Damon's offer?
What'd he offer at 20%?
25 at first.
25%? I thought
Yeah.
that was a little bit high,
Yeah.
the percentage, but I think what they landed on was about right. But they kept shouting out all kinds of different numbers.
Yeah. It was funny how Mr. Wonderful was like, "This is what it's worth. It's worth $300,000 for 20%," and that's what it wound up being. The deal with Damon. But Mr. Wonderful definitely, like, I think Phil might have been you that was saying earlier, just like lobbed it in there to like break them down to get more money for the investor.
They kept doing the 12 and a half, 15. What about 17? 20? Okay, 20. It was like, whoa, man! I'm surprised that Damon wasn't just out at some point.
I think he knew. I think it was kind of like the Animal Kingdom, and Mr. Wonderful kind of made that crack, and Damon, he saw that all he had to do was just kind of wait, and then he'd be able to eat them.
Yeah,
and he did.
He's the vulture.
Pretty much. Shark. He was like, I'm just circling.
Yeah,
circling.
That's exactly what happened.
Yeah. So there's a deal made with Damon, and they kept saying too, we want to make a deal. Yeah. We want to make a deal.
Yeah, we just want to make a deal.
So they got their deal with Damon. Maybe this is gonna be an update in a year from now. Maybe not.
Yeah.
I don't think so, but hey.
No, one interesting point that Damon said was that when I don't know what the guys' names were who were selling like the Sun Sash. Anyway,
Dave, Dan, and Eric.
Right. They're saying, hey, we're projecting to make like 12 million, and then Damon's like, with me, you'll end up making 20 million. Yeah. So I mean that.
Yeah, but I think that was just another little bit.
Yeah, that's just kind of trying to bait them in.
That made their head go up.
Yeah,
right. What do we got?
Where are you going?
Oh, it's not over yet.
No, my God. Stay.
There goes the interview's coming.
It just fell.
Yeah. Sorry about that
I got
noise,
really
guys.
excited about 20 million.
My head's too small, so it's gotta, Okay, I'm gonna stop moving. Boom. There you go. I'm gonna sit still.
Dang.
Matt Smith. I'm gonna sit still.
Yeah, it's really funny. Okay. Anything else about the Sun Stashes? That you guys
Don't
judge. We're gonna wear them for
matching.
Halloween.
Yes.
We'll do his and hers and his and hers.
Yeah.
I like the saloon ones that have the.
I kind of like that too. The flaps
with the windows. Feel free to play.
Do that.
Don't judge a book by its sun stash. Don't judge the sun stash. Yeah. I mean, I guess.
There's something there.
I like it.
We'll see.
All right, well, that wraps up our pitches on Shark Tank. Now we have our update for news. We don't. Oh, there it is.
TV News.
So we had Melissa, the update, with the Great Horror Campout. It wasn't the campout to begin with. It was a Great Horror show, or it started as the experience, and it started out at Hayrides. And they made a deal with Mark for $2 million for 20%.
Remember that episode? Because Mark was so quiet through this entire thing, and then in the end he just...
Boom.
And this was the biggest deal on Shark Tank, I believe.
Yep.
That was the one.
Number one.
To me.
And it was really cool. Melissa, I feel like she's a big go-getter. She seems like she's on top of her game. It's a really good idea. It's the experience. This overnight 12-hour camping experience. It sounds like so much fun. I don't know that I would do it because I don't like to be scared.
I would not do it.
Nope.
I don't know.
Nope.
But I love scavenger hunts. Yes, I would. I would do it.
You would do it.
I would totally do it. I might be
That's how
scared.
fast that turned.
Phil would do it with the categories.
With the categories. Yeah.
We'll play golf somewhere.
But it was really interesting. They're like, you might have to like go to like a zombie and break off a rib or a bear or something.
In
I'm
a
like,
cadaver.
I think we should all go. And they also, Mark got them hooked up with an appointment with the CEO of Live Nation, and they invested too. So I'm interested to see.
I wish they would have mentioned like how much.
Yeah, exactly how much they're.
And of course they're not going to.
No.
We'll look it up on Crunchbase. Okay. Which, by the way, if you ever want to like look for like, this is the greatest resource. If I think it's more, it could be like more tech stuff, but. If you look up any like company, it'll say like their kind of history, their bio, and whatever else, and also say like their seed money, their rounds, and all that, so you can kind of know who's investing in what too.
Oh, we should look at it.
It's a great resource.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretending to know hedge funds.
Yeah, I know. I'm speechless.
Fold me.
Yeah. And also her cast now has 1,000 people in it.
1,000, yeah. How about those auditions? Imagine going to audition for that. It show people crawling on the floor and stuff. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
A lot of those people might need serious help.
Maybe. Yeah, it's possible.
All right, cool. Well, that's pretty much our news. Now we are gonna move. Anything else that you guys want to say about the episode?
I have a
before-
little thing.
Okay. Oh.
Shop Red Dress said on their Twitter account they were in the tank for 90 minutes.
Wow.
And it got edited down to 8.
Yeah,
That's incredible.
That's about.
They should have gone for 9.
Should have gone for 9.
1 minute for every 10 minutes they were down there.
Wow.
That's
incredible.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's a long time in the tank.
That's actually
a lot
short.
Of negotiation.
Yeah, I feel like they say most of them are like 2 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, so 90 minutes to me is short.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Not okay.
So again, there might be things that they did talk about
Right.
that we just don't hear, but I think they just edit it to the most interesting. And I feel like I don't know if you know this, but they said that once you enter, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but once you enter, it's like the cameras are getting all the pictures.
Yes.
It's silent for like
Right.
5 minutes.
And they have
or
to set the
something.
lights
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah, they have
They're
to
just,
set
like,
their lights and
staring
everything.
at
So
the-
they were the sharks. There was this like behind the scenes shark thing on like 2020 or
Yeah.
something, and they were saying that a lot of the times in that time period they can really judge character, like
Yeah.
who gets super uncomfortable,
Right.
how people interact with everyone. But yeah, they have to come in and set up the lights for them, their stuff, and all this stuff.
What would you guys do in that time period?
I would sing.
Would you? Would you make eye contact? Or
I
would
was
you-
going to say my hand. I was like, wait, I can't say that.
What?
Nah, I was going to move on.
Phil, man, you're just in the gutter tonight. Jeez, play a little I never, and you're just in the gutter. Anyway, moving on. All right, cool. Well, that wraps up our episode 5 of season 6. But now we are gonna move into a little bit more of Dang Matt Smith.
Dang, Matt Smith. Oh, yeah.
That's it. Let us adjust the lights. Okay,
Yes.
adjusted.
Okay. Boom. Boom. There it is.
Tell us a little bit about your YouTube, what you do, what you like to do. Let us know
Yes.
why should we subscribe to your page?
Because it's free, people. Subscribe to me because it's free. You don't have to pay anything. It's fun. I post new videos every week. Funny stuff. I like to mess with people trolling online, mess with people on chat roulette and, you know, those websites where you meet random strangers on video, and, you know, I mess with them a lot. That's the most popular series, but I also do sketches, I do pranks, do social experiments. So yeah, no, definitely.
So
What's the number one
you
prank you pulled so far?
Oh, I was gonna
well,
be all
you know-
Shark Tank. Who's playing with me?
Oh, jeez.
I was gonna say, so what you're saying that my time is worth nothing.
It's
so
worth
just because
nothing.
it's free.
It's free.
Right.
Come on, Phil.
What do I get?
Well, I got to know the number one product.
Okay, go.
Oh,
Here we go.
jeez. Well, you know what? I just started doing pranks. I've only done a few, but probably one of the funnier ones where I got a lot of reactions was when I asked people to. I had a card deck, and I would say, "Hey, would you mind holding my deck?" But like with the way I said it, people thought I said something else. So you know, so yeah, exactly. So you can
I
have,
got
you
you.
know, I had a lot of fun with that one. A lot of people were like, "Excuse me," and I was like, "No." And I pulled it out. And I was like, "No, my deck of cards. Can you just hold that for a second?" So that was a fun one. That one did well.
So they're good,
well.
clean
They're
pranks.
clean, yeah.
I'm not much of a poker person, so I'm out.
He's out.
What was your
If
question?
I get to keep the deck of cards, I might subscribe.
Okay, you know what? You can keep the deck of cards.
All right.
This time.
I'm in.
She's in.
So how do you? I mean, you have a ton of subscribers, well over 500.
I think it's like 650 over that.
670,000.
Oh,
There
yeah.
you go.
Whoa!
And one.
Down to the number.
And one.
Yeah.
And
one.
four.
And four.
Wait. 5, 6, 7, and then.
So how did you cultivate that fan base and make them stay loyal?
Jeez, man, it just started from the bottom. Now I'm here.
Real,
No,
really.
honestly, you know, a lot of other YouTubers will say the same thing: consistency and just posting what people like the most. So with the chat roulette videos, that's what people like the most, and that's what I, you know, just keep posting those and, you know, try to make them funnier, try to do something different, and you know, just really do other things as well. But, you know, stick to your core, what really is getting you following.
Do you look at? I know YouTube has like extensive analytics. Like,
Yes.
are you heavily involved with that?
Yes, more so than I'd like to admit. Yes.
No, that's
I
good.
look-
hey, if I'm investing in someone,
Right.
I'd love to know that they eat, live, and breathe the analytics.
When do you post? Have you found, is there a
You know what?
should I not ask this so that the rest of the world doesn't
No,
know? But
it's
is there a
okay, it's okay.
specific time to post that you get the most viewers? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
It's
2
funny.
o'clock
If
in the
I
morning with
subscribe-
the drunk people.
if I subscribe, when do I get my new video? Is it guaranteed?
You know what? I don't have a exact like day and time to post. Mainly because for me, it's just like sometimes I'm just not ready you know, to post. And I want it to be. I'd rather it be ready and like complete and be like, okay, now here we go. And you know, it's not really like, oh, in the morning or at night. It's just, you know, I just post when the mood's right, when it's right, when it's ready. And then, you know, it usually tends to do well at night though, for some reason. I've noticed when I post at night.
Frat boys.
That's it. That's my
demographic. We call the word. I do a lot of creeping at night.
Oh, gosh.
Well, okay.
So like, this is the type of stuff that I'd be looking at.
That.
Wow.
No, it's just,
It bothers me because it's midnight and you have your computer next to you.
Don't even lie that you guys don't go Facebook
Shut the
creeping.
computer.
Like, oh, let me see what my friend from high school is up to.
That I wasn't friends with in high school, but now I really need to be their friend now.
Dang Matt Smith.
Yes.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
So do you write, direct, produce, act, and edit all these videos and put them up? How do you have a production team that's behind you?
Well, no, you know what? Or as far as the chat roulette stuff, it's just all me, and it's freestyle comedy. So I'm just improvising everything and just doing it on the fly. But as far as sketches and stuff, I'm usually working with somebody else, and you know, they're helping to produce it and, you know, get everything together, and you know, it's a lot of fun.
Do you tell people on chat roulette that they're going to be in a video after you talk to them?
You are supposed to. Okay. You're supposed to let them know. You are, you know.
Well,
no, yeah.
He's a smart businessman.
I'm a smart businessman.
I'm back in.
You know, I mean, I can't. Obviously, you can't, you know, say, hey, can you sign this waiver over the internet? But you know, I mean, you know, on video, you know, it's a good idea to, you know, get people's consent.
How long? When did you start your site, your page, your channel?
I started my YouTube channel. Yeah, it's been 3 years. It's been a little over 3 years. So.
And did you have? Was it like a slow and steady, and then just an explosion of subscribers, or was it big in the beginning, or what was that ride like?
When I first started, it was slow. It was like, you know, maybe 1 subscriber a day, and then it was really slow. It was bad, but I don't know. After a while, after I got into a rhythm of posting the chat roulette videos, then it just started to snowball, the whole snowball effect. So. That's what happened. It was
good for you.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That was good.
And you're so young.
I'm so
these
young.
kids these days.
These kids, I still can't grow that facial hair. Still working on it. One of these days.
We'll sign you up for Dollar Shave Club when you can.
Thank you.
I'll refer you.
Hey, thank you. Yeah, there we go. Give me that discount.
Phil will buy it for you for your birthday.
Hey.
He'll give you a little bit of this.
Oh, okay. Donate to the cause.
Yeah, see, that's the problem. Once you have it, it just you don't want to shave. You're like,
such is life.
Thank God, like this style is in, you know.
Thank God this style of not having to do anything is in.
Right?
That's exactly true. Once a week does it.
All right. So do we have any other questions? What else are you working on now? Is there any new projects that you want the people to know about, or what's happening?
Well, you know, nothing that I can talk about.
Oh, sugar.
I'm just kidding. But no, definitely want to. You know, a lot of my friends on YouTube, they're starting to get more into TV, and they're pitching shows to networks, and they're, you know, making guest appearances on TV shows and getting in small roles in movies. So, you know, I'm working on getting there. So
it has changed. The times have definitely changed. And I mean, I don't know how old you are, and I know you don't know how old I am, but I feel like it's very interesting to have lived through the whole change. You know what I mean? It's like more and more now. The YouTubers, or, you know, it's a little bit foreign.
You make
to
it
me,
sound like you lived through World War II.
I know, but it's like
I've seen it all.
Have you ever had a VHS?
The 50s, the 60s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's like
VHS isn't that old.
It's not that old.
A cassette.
Yeah.
Have you had a cassette? Oh, busted.
If I gave you a pencil and a cassette, would you know what it's for?
I'm like, what is this thing? I can't, you know.
You know what I mean? Like, people now don't know, if I gave you a pencil and a cassette, what to do.
Start winding it up. Wind it up.
It's when it comes out in the player, you gotta spin it back up.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was gonna say right on the label.
Oh, bless your
not
soul.
right?
Oh, that's so cute. Aw.
Yeah. Anyway, but no, it's definitely, there's a platform now that more people can get their voice out.
Yeah.
And I think that when you find somebody that's doing it right and making people laugh, it's interesting, because there are so many people, I think, that not that are not, but it's like, if you had an idea for a show years ago, you'd have to go tell somebody, and then they'd think it was a good idea, and they'd point you to this other person, and then they think there's all these filters. Yeah. And when you have this platform where you could put yourself out there live, there's not as many filters. Therefore, a lot of people say things that don't have a lot of consistency. Like you see a lot of stuff out there that's just kind of trash.
Well, that's why I think, you know, the nice part is ultimately content is now the king. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, okay, if it's good, it's good.
Right.
You know?
Right. But I feel like there's people that aren't good still can get out there somewhere.
Yeah, it's like YouTube's becoming, YouTube and other stuff like Vine is becoming the back door to fame. You know, it's kind of
Right.
It's a lot. You know, I'm not gonna say easy, but it's just
It's an opportunity.
It's a different opportunity to, you know, go through and get your, you know, people are getting on TV just because they posted one video that did really well, and you know, people are talk about it, news reports on pranks that people did, and you know,
well, I think it's
crazy.
to be commended too, though, that you are, or at least seem to be, a pleasant person.
Yes,
Thank you,
he's
thank
nice.
you.
Which is somewhat hard to come by in
Did
that
you meet
world
him earlier?
now.
No,
Oh,
I haven't done
I'm only pleasant at night. Only at night.
You know what's funny though? Another thing that we just said, people with one video get famous, which I think is crazy. I've heard so many people be like, I just need to make that viral video.
Yeah.
Which
But
is
how long does that
interesting.
last?
But that's what I'm saying. There's no
Right.
business model for the viral video. So
10
it's
seconds of
like,
fame.
do we think this is gonna, that type of fame is gonna stick around for
Right.
20 years? I
That's
don't know.
actually a really good point, because I see a lot, like on LA Casting and the sites that we use here in Los Angeles, viral videos. Like they'll post that on there, and they're looking for actors.
Casting for viral
Yes,
videos.
they're casting for a video that potentially could go viral.
Like that's crazy. How do
Right.
you know if like there's no
You
formula?
don't know. Like a friend of mine just did. I don't know if you guys have seen it. That Always commercial where it's like act like a girl or run like a girl, and they're all like, eh. And then
seen
they
it. I've seen
and then
that,
they say, and then they show like a child, and it's like run like a girl, and the girl's like running, and
Yes,
she's
I've
tough.
seen that.
Oh, yeah,
That
yeah,
went
yeah.
viral. So that one worked. Not all of them work.
Yeah.
And yet people will go and they'll put their time and their money into these videos. So you're right. There isn't like a
You know what was
a
brilliant?
business plan
This
for
is the
that.
viral video. Matthew McConaughey saying, "I've been driving a Lincoln before
Well,
I
they
got
paid me to drive it.
Like, whoever wrote that knew that was gonna go
We're just,
viral.
I mean, during the video, I'm just waiting for the all right.
You're right.
All right.
If that would have been in there, it would have been viral.
It
It
would've,
would
yeah.
have blown up.
All right, I've been driving this.
And all he needed to be like, all right, now where my money?
True. Yeah.
Matt, are you a super fan of Shark Tank?
I am. I watch it just about. I don't watch it like the soon as it airs. I'll
Yeah.
you know either TiVo
TiVo.
or watch it online. You know after no
You're
commercials.
busy, you
Oh,
know?
well, no, I'm busy all the time. Just got off the phone with the president. No. But seriously, I'll just watch it.
Yeah.
Like after it airs, skip the commercials.
What's the
and-
appeal for you? I mean,
I don't know. I mean, when I was younger, I was really into kind of like, oh, you know what, one day I want to own my own business and all that. And I don't know what it is. I just like the whole pitching an idea, and it's like they got a business that might be going under, but if they don't get this deal, or it's on the rise, and I don't know, I like it because it's something that's like, oh man, I don't know if I could do that, so.
who's your
Yeah.
favorite shark?
Oh man, my dad, Damon. Come on, man.
That's his daddy.
Who
All
hasn't?
that
Who
money.
hasn't?
So we
Yeah.
got Lori, we got Damon,
Randy.
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 No, he's Randy with the
Oh.
hair. He's Robert. You got good hair. You're Robert.
Yeah.
Am I the fun Mark Cuban?
You're a little Mark.
He
yeah.
has to be. He
Yeah,
has to
you're
be.
the
Which,
best.
by the way, if you guys watch The League, Mark Cuban made an appearance on there. But they call him
Nice.
Mark from Cuba.
That's really funny.
Bless their heart.
I got another question for you. So you're
Yes.
saying that maybe it would be interesting to take your YouTube career and, that might be a door open to an acting career or something
Right.
like that.
Oh yeah.
What would be the ideal? Like, what's the dream role, or what would be? Is it comedy that you would want to be in,
Is
or
it sketch comedy?
Definite-
Is it scripted?
Yeah, no, definitely comedy. I mean, that's what I'm most comfortable with, and I mean, that's what I hope I'm decent at. So I definitely want to do some comedy and work my way up to the, I mean, something like the whole SNL thing, or that'd
Tell
be
us a joke.
awesome. Tell you a joke.
Right
Right
now.
The worst thing to
Now.
ever ask a
I know. I'm just
So
kidding.
knock. No.
Just
Who's
kidding.
there?
Who's there? I got my money. I got my money in my
knock.
son's
You guys
stash.
want to hear
Who's
my?
there?
I
A
learned
good
this one
joke.
just this week from
Okay.
a
All right,
viral
so let's
video.
reverse it. So
Okay.
you start it, you ask.
Okay.
Here we go.
All right, here we go.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Ach.
Achoo.
Bless you. You can see this.
That's just as bad as my why did the cookie go to the hospital?
Why?
He felt crummy.
Alright, we should start wrapping this up before this gets any worse.
All right, guys, thanks for watching. Matt Smith. Dang, Matt Smith. We love that you were here.
Thank
And everybody, let's go around. Let's tell the people where we can find you. Where can we find you, Phil?
AfterBuzz TV, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that fun stuff.
And
You can find me at The Only Camshaft, Instagram and Twitter.
You can find me at Melina TV on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram.
You can find me at youtube.com/dangmattsmith, twitter.com/dangmattsmith. It's all Dang Matt Smith.
It's all dang Matt
It's
Smith.
all Dang Matt Smith.
And you guys can find me on Instagram and Twitter at I am Stef Z with an F. And go to my stuff. I need you guys to vote for me for something, so go have a look.
Ooh.
Okay, thanks.
Nice. Later. I like that. I'll vote for you every day.
You have to every single day.
Every day.
I'll show you.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
Views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.